Ladies and gentlemen, there is a force within each of us that is more powerful than any circumstance, stronger than any obstacle. It is the power to dream. But I don't mean ordinary dreams. I'm talking about big dreams. The kind that make your heart race. The kind that keep you awake at night, not because you're worried, but because you're alive. Because you know you were born to do something greater than just exist. Life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes, in the blink of an eye, everything changes. The dreams you had may shatter. The path you followed may disappear. And in those moments when your world turns upside down, it becomes easy to believe that dreaming big is no longer for you. But let me tell you something, your dreams don't die just because life gets hard. In fact, it's in those very moments of pain, of loss, of stillness that your true strength is born. You may find yourself confined by fear, by limitations, even by your own body. But even in the tightest corners, your mind is free. Your spirit is boundless. You can still rise, you can still shine. You can still dream. Dream big not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Dream big because the world needs your light. Not the version of you that fits into a box, but the real you, the one who dares to stand tall, even when seated. The one who builds castles with broken bricks. The one who smiles with strength carved out of suffering. There will be voices telling you what you can't do, where you can't go, who you can't become. Silence them. The loudest voice should be the one inside you that says, I am enough. I am capable. I will rise. Dream big not just for yourself, but for those who watch you silently, hoping you'll prove it's possible. Your courage becomes their permission. Your life becomes their hope. So never stop dreaming, not even when life tries to clip your wings. Because sometimes the most powerful flight doesn't come from soaring above the clouds. Sometimes it comes from standing tall in the storm with your head held high and your heart full of dreams. Your circumstances do not define your potential. Even when life takes unexpected turns, your ability to dream and achieve remains within you. True strength is born in adversity. Challenges can shape you into someone more powerful, compassionate, and resilient. You are more than your limitations. Physical, emotional, or societal limitations cannot cage the spirit that chooses to rise. Silence the doubters, including your own inner critic. Believe in yourself even when others don't. Your inner voice should be your loudest supporter. Your dreams inspire others. By dreaming big and pursuing your goals, you give hope and courage to those who look up to you. Never stop dreaming, no matter what. Dreams give purpose, direction, and the courage to live fully. Never let them go. Your circumstances do not define your potential. That is a truth that many people struggle to embrace, especially when life throws unexpected challenges our way. It is easy to believe that the obstacles in front of us, be it an accident, a failure, a heartbreak, or the loss of something we deeply valued, somehow determine what we can or cannot do in life. But if we begin to measure ourselves only by what happens to us, we limit the endless potential that exists within us. Endless potential that exists within us. Life is unpredictable. In a single moment, everything we thought was certain can change. Plans fall apart, dreams seem to disappear. The path we were walking suddenly ends. In those moments when it feels like the floor has been pulled out from under us, the world expects us to break, to give up. But the truth is, it is in these very moments that we are presented with the opportunity to discover who we really are. Not who we were when everything was easy, but who we are when we have to rebuild from scratch. When we have to look within ourselves for strength that we never knew we had. Your potential lies not in your circumstances, but in your ability to choose how you respond to them. You may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can always control what you do next. Thought you can choose to give up, or you can choose to rise. You can choose to let your situation define you, or you can choose to define yourself by how you overcome it. So many people think that success is only for the lucky, the healthy, the privileged, the ones who have it all together. But some of the most powerful, inspiring individuals in the world are those who had every reason to quit and didn't. They are the ones who took their pain and turned it into purpose. They are the ones who used their brokenness as a foundation for something stronger. They didn't wait for a perfect life to begin dreaming, they dreamt with what they had. And that made all the difference. When people look at you, they might see your situation. They might see your wheelchair, your scars, your failures, or your losses. But what they can't see is the fire inside you, the will to keep moving forward, the courage to dream bigger than your pain, and the strength to turn your story into something that can change the lives of others. Do not let your past or present define the limits of your future. You are more than the things that have happened to you. You are more than the mistakes you've made, the people who walked away, the dreams that didn't come true. You are still becoming. You are still capable of growth, of reinvention, of greatness. Sometimes, all it takes is one decision. The decision to believe that your life still holds value, that your dreams still matter, and that your journey is not over. That belief becomes the seed for every great thing that follows. It is the first brick in the foundation of the life you are building. When you stop letting your circumstances dictate your potential, you free yourself. You give yourself permission to be more, to try, to fail, and to try again. You open yourself up to a future that is not bound by where you started or what you've lost. You begin to understand that potential is not something given to only a few, it is something that lives inside everyone, including you. So the next time you feel small, stuck, or broken, remind yourself, this is not the end. Your value doesn't diminish because life has changed. Your worth doesn't vanish because you are facing a hard time. You are not your pain. You are not your struggle. You are not your limitations. You are your spirit, your fight, your hope, your dream, and no one, not even life itself, can take that from you. Believe in that. Because once you do, you realize the most powerful thing in the world isn't what you have or don't have, it's who you choose to become. True strength is born in adversity. This is not just a comforting phrase, it is a profound reality. When life is easy and smooth, we may feel happy, but we rarely grow. Growth happens in the tough moments, in the pain, in the struggle. Strength is not something you're simply born with. It is something you earn through the hardest battles of your life. It's easy to feel strong when everything is going right. But real strength reveals itself when nothing is going right and you still find the courage to get up, to try, and to keep going. It is in those moments of darkness, when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, that your true character is shaped. You discover parts of yourself that you never knew existed, the parts that can withstand heartbreak, endure failure, and rise from the ashes of shattered dreams. Adversity strips away everything superficial. It tests what you truly believe about yourself. When you are faced with situations that bring you to your knees, you come face to face with the rawest, most honest version of who you are. It is not comfortable. It is not easy, but it is necessary. Because without the test, there is no testimony. Without the breaking, there is no building. People often think that being strong means being fearless or emotionless, but that's not true. Real strength is not about pretending to be okay when you're not. It's about showing up despite the pain. It's about choosing to keep going even when everything inside you wants to give up. Strength is found in vulnerability, in tears that fall but don't stop you from standing, in quiet determination, in resilience that says, I will not let this defeat me. The most inspiring people in the world are not those who have never faced hardship. They are the ones who faced it and refused to be destroyed by it. They let adversity shape them not into victims, but into warriors. They took the broken pieces of their lives and built something even more beautiful than before. Not because it was easy, but because they chose to fight. Every scar you carry is a symbol of your strength. It tells the story of something that tried to break you and failed. You may carry emotional scars, invisible to the world. Or you may carry physical ones, reminders of pain you've endured. But each one is proof that you survived, that you came through the fire stronger, wiser, and more grounded in who you are. You may not see it now, especially if you're still in the middle of the storm, but the adversity you're facing has the potential to unlock something powerful within you. It can teach you patience, compassion, and gratitude. It can show you how to appreciate small joys, how to love more deeply, and how to live more fully. You begin to see life through a different lens, one shaped not by what you lack, but by what you've learned. Don't wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to endure a difficult one. Because in difficulty lies growth. In hardship lies clarity. And in adversity you find the kind of strength that can't be taught in books or learned in comfort, it must be lived. The truth is, strength isn't loud. It doesn't always look like bold speeches or big gestures. Sometimes it's silent. It's the quiet decision to try again tomorrow. It's the calm in your eyes when the world around you is falling apart. It's the stillness of your heart when you've made peace with your pain and chosen to move forward anyway. So, if you are going through something painful right now, hold on. You are not weak because you are hurting. Stillness of your heart when you've made peace with your pain and chosen to move forward anyway. So if you are going through something painful right now, hold on. You are not weak because you are hurting. You are not broken because you feel lost. You are becoming. Every step you take through adversity is preparing you for the life you are meant to live. It is preparing you to become the kind of person who inspires others not with perfection, but with perseverance. Never forget, true strength does not come when everything is going your way. It comes when everything is against you, and you rise anyway. And you will rise, not because life is easy, but because you are stronger than anything life can throw at you. You are more than your limitations. This is a truth that can be hard to accept, especially in a world that often defines people by what they can do rather than by who they are. From a young age, society teaches us to measure ourselves against others, against their achievements, their appearances, their lifestyles, and when we fall short of those comparisons, we start to believe that we are somehow less capable, less valuable, less worthy. But limitations, whether physical, emotional, or circumstantial, do not define you. They are a part of your story, yes, but they are not the full story. They are not your identity. Too often, people allow their setbacks or challenges to shrink their sense of self. They let their condition, their past, or their failures create a box around them, a boundary they believe they cannot cross. But the truth is, those boundaries are not real unless you accept them. Every person carries some form of limitation. Some are visible, others are invisible. Some are temporary, others are permanent. But regardless of what form they take, they do not diminish your worth or potential. What truly matters is how you choose to live in spite of them. Will you let your limitations become your excuse, or will you let them become your reason?